When you think of the most dangerous race in fantasy, you probably think of the ancient, immortal elves. You think of the dwarven fortresses, hulking orcs, or nameless horrors sleeping in the dark. But what if the most destructive force in the world was not ancient, not magical, not born with the claws, fangs, or immortality? What if the most dangerous race is us? Ah, adventurer! We meet again! I am LuciferCodeZero, and today we uncover why even monsters fear humans. Across the dozens of fictional worlds, from the grim darkness of Warhammer 40k to the sprawling continent of Tamriel, we do not have dragon fire, demon blood, or divine ancestry, but we have something worse: boundless ambitions, ruthless adaptability, and terrifying talent for turning mere survival into total conquest. We are taught to fear the things hiding in the dark, but we forget one crucial detail. Sometimes the real monster is the one holding the torch. An elf's ambition is a slow-growing vine. It takes centuries to go anywhere. An orc's ambition is a flash fire, violent, loud, and gone just as quickly. But human ambition, it's a wildfire, relentless, all-consuming, a hunger for power, for knowledge, for more. And whatever it spreads, it leaves devastation behind. You don't have to look any further than the Imperium of Man in Warhammer 40k, a galaxy-spanning empire of million worlds, not built on hope, but on fear, fanaticism, and hatred for anything that isn't a human. Their goal is not survival, it is dominance, to ensure that one day humanity is the only thinking species left in the galaxy. And the cost? They sacrifice 1,000 psychic souls every single day just to keep the golden throne running, a machine that sustains the rotting corpse of their emperor, whose fading psychic light is the only thing holding their broken empire together. Yes, that's the humanity at its finest. They didn't just survive a hostile universe, they turned survival into a holy war. And this is not just a science fiction. Look at the world of Tamriel. For thousands of years, it has been shaped and shattered by human ambition. Empire built through conquest, civil wars that torn nation apart, atrocities that rival any so-called evil race. The Norse hunted the snow elves to near extinction, driving the survivors into the hand of Dumur, who twisted them into the broken creatures we now know as the Falmer. And yes, the elites were monsters in their own right. They torture human slaves for entertainment and called it art. But it was human ambition that rose up, destroyed them, and built a new world on their ashes. Because humans don't just conquer, they replace. If you think about it, the greatest strength of the ancient fantasy races is often their greatest weakness. Elves are master of the bow, deeply connected to magic, nature, and ancient forests. But their society are often stagnant, slow, unchanging. Dwarves are world's finest smiths and engineers, but they are rigid, stubborn, slow to adapt when a new threat appears. They have their thing, and they stick to it. Humans, on the other hand, humans are master of nothing, and that is exactly what makes them capable of anything. We are ultimate generalists. We can thrive almost anywhere. Frozen mountains, burning deserts, border kingdoms, broken empires. But this is not just about geography. It is societal, technological, and military. In Warhammer Fantasy, humanity did not rise because they were stronger than orcs or more magical gifted than high elves. They rose because they out-innovated them. While the elder races clung to ancient traditions, humans were building steam tanks, repeater handguns, and cannons. One elven archer might be worth 10 human crossbowmen, but humans will simply arrive with 100 more, and artillery behind them. And that frantic pace of change comes from brutal truth. Humans do not have time. An elf has 1,000 years to perfect one song. A human has maybe 70 years to build a family, carve out a legacy, and change the world. That creates urgency, a desperate burning need to innovate now. Not in a century, not when traditions allow it. Now, when a dwarf sees a problem and reaches for 1,000-year-old solution, a human sees a problem and invents 12 new insane ways to fix it. They will steal Elven magical theory, copy Dwarven engineering, adopt Orcish battle tactics, and if it's give them edge, they will use it. This is what makes humans dangerously unpredictable. You cannot truly prepare for human army because you never know what new strategy, new technology, or new horrifying weapon they have cooked up since you last saw them. Maybe the most terrifying things about humans is our capacity for cruelty. And orcs' violence is simple, direct. They kill for sport or because it's in their nature. But humans, we perfect cruelty. We organize it, systemize it, turn it into something efficient, something deliberate. Atrocities so calculated, even a demon might take notes. Look at the world of Tamriel. Yes, the Dark Elves build a culture around slavery. But humans across Tamriel, they have practiced slavery, conquest, and genocide just willingly. Some of the most disturbing stories are not about monsters. They are about people. Cannibal cultist feasting on the dead, a killer in the Windhelm, stitching together a new sister from the bodies of his victims. This isn't chaos, it's intention. And the worst part, human brutality does not just point toward outward. We turn on each other with a ferocity no other race can truly match. The greatest conflict in the history of the Imperium of the Man in Warhammer 40k was not against aliens, not against monsters. It was the Horus Heresy, a civil war that torn humanity apart. Brothers against brother, legions against legion. Half of the Empire's own superhuman forces fell to the chaos, and that reveals something far more dangerous than strength: vulnerability. In Warhammer, humanity stands as the greatest shield against chaos, but it is also its greatest source of followers. Because humans don't just resist corruption, they embrace it. The hero who saves a village today may be the cultist who sacrifices it tomorrow. And perhaps that is what makes human evil so terrifying. It isn't alien, it is not incomprehensible, it is relatable. And that is what makes it terrifying. Think of the Arthas Menethil, a prince, a hero, a paladin, who damned himself trying to save his people, only to become the Lich King. What makes him dangerous is not his power, it's his reasoning, his pride, his fear, his righteous anger, and all of it human. An orc might kill you because it's an orc, but a human will kill you because it truly believes that it is the right thing to do, and there is nothing more dangerous than that. So what's the takeaway? When you look across the fantasy world, a pattern begins to emerge. Elves fade into memory, dwarves retreat into their mountains and stagnate, orcs burn bright and burn out, but humanity endures. We endure because our ambition, the drive to conquer, expand, and reshape the world around us. We endure because of our adaptability, the ability to outthink, outblind, outmaneuver anything in our way. And we endure because of our capacity for brutality, the willingness to wage total war on the scale other races can barely imagine. We may not be the strongest, the fastest, or the most magical, but the combination of all these traits make us something far more dangerous, relentless, unpredictable, unstoppable. We are not the monsters hiding in the dark. We are the monsters hiding in the plain sight. And the most unsettling part, when we create these worlds, when we write these stories, we so often make ourselves the villains. And if you want to see how that danger takes different form, watch my Orcs video right here. If you are enjoying this journey, consider subscribing and walk the path with me. Until next time, adventurer.